Hey everybody, this is a fictional airline, alright? It's called Canello Air. Canello Air is a both American and French company and French airline owned by Canello himself. Canello Air started off at Jack's Airfield using only Cessnas and turboprop planes. Those planes became a famously known aircraft with a larger strategic rate of higher buying of planes, and even also famous for demandings of trying to get the 777X, and also another mystery, and also a mystery of, well, you know it, Canello Air Flight 101. Canello Air Flight 101 was a mystery to be unsolved of what happened. And firstly, we're going to start with the history, and we have a famous, and it was a famous aircraft called the Yellow Hawk. So we are starting with Chapter 1. The beginning of the Yellow Hawk. After Canello Air was founded in the United States and France as well, they started with their first plane, possibly an ATR 42. Those ATRs would successfully make Canello Air become famous, and later, but sadly, 2 years later, they would now retire the ATRs and replace them with different turboprop planes and also Cessnas. And also a Cessna that was Canello Air bought 500 Cessnas. One becoming all jets, but one stood out. It was pretty much special and was unique to all of Canello Air. They nicknamed it the Yellow Hawk, and thus began the history of the Yellow Hawk. In Chapter 2, the Yellow Hawk's first flight. The Yellow Hawk would be tested and then would be tested 1,164 times throughout the year. 1 year after, Canello Air approved the Cessna airliners, and one of them being the Yellow Hawk as well. The Yellow Hawk would take off from Jack's Airfield to Washington Dulles. And now famously, we will now begin the adventures of how the Yellow Hawk would start. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. The famous flights of no one ever can be believed. Canello Air would start marketing, I don't know what to say, but anyways, Canello Air would now go to 2 destinations, Moscow and Warsaw. It was pretty much new here. You know? It was like pretty much new. It's like we know that Canello Air, blah blah blah. I forgot what to say. Canello Air would still now won't stop making the Yellow Hawk go everywhere amongst its 500 sisters. Chapter 4. The morning before the disaster. At midnight, there was a supposed nail or screw that couldn't keep hold of the jet engine. They didn't know what to decide to do with the jet engine, but replace the screw with but take off the screw, which would turn into a problem. Chapter 5. Canello Air Flight 101. Just a morning after Canello Air announced they are going globally, Canello Air Flight 101 will take a special trip from Jack's Airfield to Seaport Airport. What would famously known be the disaster that would happen. At November 14th, 2026, the Yellow Hawk would take off from Jack's Airfield at 2:45 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It would now head to her destination, but 3 minutes in, the Yellow Hawk would crash into a billion pieces. They couldn't decide what has happened to that plane. They couldn't know what was happening. Like, what happened to that plane? They were so confused. The Yellow Hawk, it was filled with mysteries. People were trying to relate it to Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, thinking aliens could have taken Canello Air 101 as well, but failed in damaging the aircraft. There's no survivors on that flight, sadly. Canello Air apologized and saying, "We were only taking a special flight after we announced that we were going globally, not a disaster to happen within mysteries." But still, everything went still flooded about everybody talked about Canello Air 101 on flights and even everywhere, even at people's homes. They would also even an entire Wikipedia article was made. Even an entire Wikipedia article was made about Canello Air Flight 101. It was a disaster. Nobody can even talk about why it was happening. This madness over what is happening. They couldn't know what could have happened. They still can't understand why it could happen. They were asking on their minds. Aliens might be preparing to invade our Earth. Or maybe a Polish missile. Probably Poland is now restricting Canello airplanes to Warsaw now because of a possible Polish missile. I'm also doing one, but tomorrow I'm gonna do the Canello Air's history. Now, anyways, like I was saying, it was everywhere. Everybody was talking about Canello Air 101. It was crazy. Everybody couldn't believe what was happening. Everybody was talking about it. Like, hey, did you hear about Canello Air 101? Hey, did you hear about Canello Air 101? Everybody's talking about Canello Air 101. It was a blasphemy. It was chaos. And everybody is like talking about it. It was like, hey, I think something really did happen here. We can't understand what had happened to Canello Air 101. Aliens or Poland might be invading the United States. We never know. We will never know. This mystery will now still be unsolved due to the reason why the NTSB will now stop talking about Canello Air 101. It will not ask questions or I may answer questions about Canello Air 101. They will not talk about it. They will never. This problem is still not fixed. Everybody's never gonna solve it. It's chaos. Nobody's ever gonna solve it. Well, tomorrow, like I promised, History of Canello Air will be coming soon. See you all.